Did my connection drop? How long have I not been streaming? Probably forever, right? All right. I don't even know how much of that you caught, guys, because I was streaming, then I wasn't streaming. I don't know what's going on with this thing. A good thing I checked my... now I'm all paranoid. I got to check every 2 seconds. I got to check every 2 seconds now. Did anyone get any of my rant? Did anyone get any of my rant? I was talking about the Time magazine cover. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is just horrific. Did anyone get any of my rant? What's up, TC? What's up, Lauren Hall? What's up, Kenda? What's up, Kenda? What's up, Tammy? Was I streaming earlier and then it went away, or was I never streaming? What's up, my people on Blog Talk Radio? What's going on, people? Periscope, Twitch, YouTube. Was I streaming earlier, or was it never streaming, guys? Seriously, I was streaming and it just went away. It just left. Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? No, I wasn't streaming. Restart the rant. Give it up for my people in the house. Give it up for my people in the house. You guys, look. It's okay. Maybe, it's supposed to be. Look, this is the way I look at things. When things go wrong, I say it's supposed to go wrong because it's time for a what? It's time for a do-over, y'all. Time for a do-over. I'm going to do it over. All right, so welcome everybody. Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I'm glad to have you guys here. Wolfpack all the way around. All the way around, everybody, all the way around. I was wondering why there was like 2 people in my chat. It's like, God, I know I'm getting censored, but Jesus, 2 people? Oh, what did I do? I'm wearing deodorant. Why is everybody running away from me? I must need a Tic Tac. Is my zipper down? What's wrong? Did I have one of those dreams where I'm in the middle of this like subway naked, everybody else is dressed, and I'm like, nothing's wrong, just... Why am I only one naked? All right, guys. So I don't know what's going on. What's happening tonight is crazy. But I'm not crazy. The world is crazy. You're not crazy. The world is crazy. Everything is crazy. It is, man. It's undeniably crazy right now. What's not crazy is that this is the Tim Black Nobody Take Your Cornbread t-shirt. It's on sale right now. Go get the t-shirt. Yeah. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. So, wow. I was talking about the Time magazine cover. Has anyone seen the Time magazine cover? Have you guys seen this? Oh my God, what a cover, right? I saw this cover, and I'm trying to tell you guys, there is nothing in this cover that is true. Nothing. Nothing in the cover is true. You would think there would be a level of like, man, I don't think we should do this because, we might get caught lying. Hate to get caught lying. Then we won't be able to sell any magazines. There's no fear of lying anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They don't fear lying to you. There is no, as big and powerful as social media is, they lie with no regard for facts. But Tim Black, it's not about her personal story, the little girl that you see. It's about her symbolizing all of the little girls who have been separated from their families. That's what it's about. And shame on you, Tim Black, for not recognizing that they're using her as to symbolize, but they're not talking about her specifically. Because if they were talking about her specifically, well, then that would be a damn lie. Because she wasn't separated from her family. In fact, it's the other way. It's the other way. The mother of the child in that picture left the child and the siblings to come here. She left her husband, who has a job in Honduras, to come here. She was not separated. And if you're trying to make a point, you would at least, the first step would be to be accurate, so that when people start digging for people are going to look it up. It's the internet, dummy. We're going to look it up. We're going to find out you're lying. People like Tim Black, who call it straight, are going to call you out on it. Da-da-da, I'm Lying Man. Lying Magazine. We don't need to be accurate. You know, they don't need to be accurate. They could just lie. Sometimes I wish I was in corporate media, because in independent media, if you get anything wrong, and I do mean anything wrong, people come to you with picks, pitchforks, but these suckers can deliberately get everything wrong and no one comes for them. Oh yeah, you burn us to the stake like Joan of Arc for a screw up. But these guys deliberately lie. They have staffs and lie, and they continue to be operational. Do you know how many people have unsubscribed, have canceled support over the smallest mistake? When these fuckers lie daily, intentionally, they mean to get it wrong. And they do just fine. They do just fine. They do just fine. Kill the people that are... Of course, yeah, and you know what? I'm salty, but I'm not, I'm a little salty about it. So anyway, back to the Time Magazine cover. Look, folks, everything that you would think is true about that picture is a lie. It does not negate that over 2,000 children have been separated from their parents. It does not negate that. But why would you, on God's green earth, why would you use a story so you could give the Ben Shapiro? Ben Shapiro right now has a 25-minute video eviscerating people that give a shit about these children using the Time Magazine article. Right now, it's going viral and it's being used like a baseball bat to undermine any real sympathy that you could possibly have, saying it's all bullshit. And as much as I want to call him out, he got a point, and I hate that he has a point, because he is the softest bigot I know. Okay? I hate that he has a point, but me committed to excellence, committed to truth-telling, I cannot deny he's correct. The article, the picture, the photo, the message it sends is BS. And that's a fucking shame, because there are real stories that could be told that cannot be debunked so easily. The freaking husband of the mother of the child that's been depicted in the Time magazine article is on the record saying it's all a bunch of BS. Thank you for telling me where my wife is. She left us. She left us. So thank you. I told her not to go to America. We can make it work here. Don't do this. And she had stars in her eyes, and she left for America because she said she could make even more money there. She wanted a better life in America where she could make more money. Playing into every narrative, every negative narrative, every one of them is horrific. Just for anybody who has not seen this article, the least I could do is show you the freaking picture, right? Come on now. That's the picture. Okay, in the center, that's the picture. You guys see that? That's the picture. All right, that little girl crying there, she was crying because her mommy had her out at the border at 11:30 at night. And when the Border Patrol came up and said, "Is the girl okay?" She said, "Yeah, she's just thirsty." The Border Patrol gave her some water. They did not separate her from her family. It's just sad. This is horrific, guys. This is what we're dealing with. This is what's going on. Now, I was on Twitter, guys, and I need your help, right? I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. There was a tweet that went viral, okay? And I can't find, I was looking for the tweet, but I can't find it right now. But I want to share it with you. And when I say I need your help, is what I'm trying to do is I want you to understand what I see. I just want to get your take on it, okay? I wish I could find the tweet. Okay, so basically, it's been retweeted like thousands of times, right? It's by a black guy by the name of Terrence. And Terrence says, let me get this straight. We have 3.4 million black babies in America, black children in America living beneath the poverty line, and you want us to take in illegal immigrants. That money should be going to impoverished black children. That's his tweet. And this is the part I need your help with, folks. Because I just do. How do I tell Terrence that America has no plan whatsoever, even if they don't take in the illegal immigrants, as you call them, undocumented people? They ain't gonna feed the poor, hungry people, be they black, white, or whatever fucking color they are, you dumbass. Just dumb. Just dumb. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And it pains me, guys, because, yeah, you know, we have a huge, like 40% of America lives under the poverty line or something crazy, right? I forget. Nah, it's not 40%. Okay, it's like 40% of black America. And most of that is children. But here's the thing, man. How do I get through to people? Because I do agree that poverty is an issue. But see, they're not going to. See, you're falling for it. And all of the people that retweeted you are falling for it. We have a huge budget. Huge budget. We have a huge military budget. Huge. You can take all other countries' military budgets and put them into our budget and still have money left over. It's not about money. It's about will. If you weren't broke, you wouldn't be able to go to jail, dumbass. Then how are we going to fill up the prisons with your for money? With your for money. Don't you understand? If you don't get that, my brother, if you don't get that, you don't get any of this. Any of it. What's the brother that said, if you don't understand white supremacy, then everything else that you learn will only confuse you? I forget his name. Well, if you don't understand economic injustice, if you don't understand corporatism, if you don't understand capitalism, if you don't understand these concepts and how they work in America, and that there's a permanent underclass in America that keeps everything else running, you will only be confused, my brother. I know what you're thinking. I used to think this way years ago. Years ago, I thought this. I thought there was a certain amount of money, and if only they would give this certain amount of money, if we cut this and cut that, then they would surely they just go over and say, here, poor people, here. See, you think they're going to go, okay, we're going to give this money to the undocumented immigrants. Instead, we're going to go ahead and give it to the poor black people in South Central, the poor black people in Memphis, Tennessee, the poor black people in Flint, Michigan, the poor black people out there somewhere in Alabama, I don't know where, the poor black people sitting out there in West Virginia, Appalachia. You really think that? Sir, my brother, you are wrong. You know what? What you will accomplish, and you won't accomplish it. But what you're trying to do is betray people for nothing. For nothing. For nothing. You're like Billy Blanco. Billy Blanco, remember that? Remember Donnie Brasco, the movie? You're the guy, you're Guzman in Billy Blanco. He portrays Al Pacino, and after he portrays Al Pacino, what does Billy Blanco do? Billy Blanco shoots him in the head. That's what happens. Yeah, I'm glad you got rid of that guy. Yeah, I'm glad I got rid of him too. Pop. That's you. That's you. See, the way this system is set up, my brother, you might as well do the right thing. Because doing the wrong thing, dude, that doesn't help anyone. No one. You might as well do what's in your heart is right. You might as well be on the right side of history, because you trying to think that you can help yourself while shitting on others, that's not going to work either. But now you have no self-respect. Now you have no empathy and no humanity in your heart when you take that route. So I implore you, brother, to learn about this capitalistic system, and that they won't even give the money to the vets on the street, and they're dying for the country. How about that? How about you take that out? Take the minority, you pit one minority against another minority. Dude, that's the easiest game there is. That's the easy game. That is ABCs of divide and conquer, dummy. That's the easiest part, man, to put one minority against another minority, both at the bottom, fighting in the bottom. Hell, man, they won't even feed veterans. They won't even feed veterans. They won't even take care of their senior citizens. Their own mothers and grandmothers, man. That's how bad this is. We got white grandmas dying early. White grandpas dying. Dude, if you're still stuck on that, you are so behind the curve, it's ridiculous. I mean, I just got to say it. I know I said, folks, I needed help. I don't know if I needed help, but I mean, I'm welcome to take your opinions. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, I know in your mind you think this is going to help. It's not helping. What you have is a bunch of other people who don't understand how our system is set up, clapping for your ignorance. And it's heartbreaking, brother. It is heartbreaking that your popularity level is based on how quick, fast you will not only sell out those who need your help, but sell out for no reason at all. I mean, if you're going to throw the game, at least get paid and take the money and put it back in the hood, man. I want to talk a little bit about single payer. You guys don't mind. I'm going to change it just real quick. All right. There's an article in Politico, and I despise a lot of things about Politico, particularly an author who wrote a smear piece recently. But the title of this article really caught my attention because it's the 2 words you can't say in the Democratic ad. 2 words you can't say in the Democratic ad. And the first when I heard it, I thought, okay, the N-word? Can't say the N-word? No, that's 1 word, Tim. Yeah, it's 1 word. So it can't be the N-word. What are the 2 words you can't say in a Democratic ad? President Trump? Got to call him 45, right? Is that it? Call him 45? Or just call him Trump? Don't call him President Trump. Is that it? And I was wrong. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was something else. I said, what is it that you cannot say in a Democratic ad? Turns out what you cannot say, the 2 words you cannot say in a Democratic ad is single payer. Democrat voters want single payer health care, but don't expect to hear Democratic candidates talk about it, at least not in those words. Yeah, because see, they want to woo in Republicans. they still want to go get Republicans. They want to they wasn't trying to get you had Trump running and you still couldn't get Republicans, you dummy. The entire Republican establishment was against Trump. And the people still didn't vote for you. Oh, I know. Jill Stein, right? Right? Susan Sarandon, right? I know. 13 Russians in the basement with $100,000 on Facebook, right? Wasn't that it? She had $1 billion, dog. $1 billion. All right, anyway, I just find this article so interesting, man. I'm not gonna read it. It's just ridiculous, man. You can't make it up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. It's totally ridiculous. Oh God. Oh, so just before coming on air today, like around 7, man, I had to really take a break and decompress because I saw this murder. I wasn't there literally, right? It happened in New York. It happened in the Bronx, right? A murder of this young man, 15-year-old kid by the name of Lagonzo. People called him Junior, so I'm gonna call him Junior, right? Just so I don't butcher his name. I hate when I do that. I feel like it's disrespectful. It's a hashtag out there, Justice for Junior, right? And there's this very disturbing piece of footage that shows this young man in this bodega in the Bronx. Has anybody seen this? He's in the bodega. Apparently what happened was these grown-ass men chased the 15-year-old into the bodega. He runs in the bodega, which is only like a block or 2 from his house. He's running from these men. He runs into the bodega asking for help. Nobody helps him. People just look at him. The grown men drag the 15-year-old outside of the bodega. I mean, literally drag him. He's on the ground, clawing and fighting for his life. They drag him outside the bodega, stab him repeatedly. Someone hits him several times with a machete. People film it. They do this. This all they did. And after he was mortally wounded, someone's like, run to the hospital, man. You better run to the hospital. He's laying there in a pool of blood. Run to the hospital, they tell him. He runs to the hospital where he dies. I didn't see police. I saw no police come to his aid. I guess they were too busy out, attending to a barbecue Becky call. You got to have your barbecue Becky calls going on. You got to have Starbucks calls about black people sitting in chairs in restaurants or coffee shops. Yeah, you gotta have those calls. I know. I'm not a cynical bastard. That's right. I'm cynical because that's garbage waste of police time. And I'm not saying the police want to have their time wasted either. What I'm saying is that nobody helped this 15-year-old kid who died. So now they're hunting for the killer. You know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen anybody say this is a distraction to keep us from looking at Social Security and Medicare being cut by Congress. But every time there's something that happens, people say it's a distraction, it's a distraction. It's been a false flag. Alex Jones will come up. There's a false flag with the people over here. And they got the lizard people. And the lizard people are digging there. And all the time they're trying to destroy us and trying to kill us all. These people, the shapeshifters, the frogs are turning gay. Everybody's gay. And this is going on. And I'm tired of it. And I'm a patriot of it. They come with these, That's what they do. No one does that when a junior gets killed. So it had me a little down, guys, because it's like they just. This is what we have, folks. This is it right here, right? We just kill kids in the street. Now, I try to wrap my head around and say, well, what could he possibly have done that would cause people to bring a machete out and hit you several times? Grown-ass men. Some was shivving them like they do in Oz, like in the prison movies. Somebody was shanking them like this, And then this other guy comes over with a machete. I'm like, what did he do? Why are they doing this? Is this gang-related? Is this retaliation? What is this? And whatever it is, it's not, it's no, I'm not saying there's any reason to justify it. Of course, nothing justifies murder. Nothing, right? Nothing justifies it. But I'm just trying to wrap my head around the insanity of killing a 15-year-old grown men. They appear to be grown men, okay? They appear to be grown men, in their 20s. Stabbing to death a 15-year-old on the streets. I just don't know what. I don't know, man. We got it bad. And it's not like that's not a rare occurrence, really. Like, people die in America several times. Several people die in America today. Several people die in America today, but every day. But when you see it play out in such grotesque fashion, and it just looks like, I don't even like seeing one guy get jumped by like 2-3 guys. Like, I don't, I'm old school, man. What can I tell you? we fought people straight. You know, you fought somebody one-on-one, you lost, you lost. That's what it was. This was like around the crack era in the 80s when I came up, late 80s. You know, you still fought people, you know. It was still rare that people got shot, you know, when I came up. You still had to be with these. You know, like John Witherspoon on Friday, you know, we settled it with these, you know. Oh, punk. Y'all punks. Oh, y'all some punks. Use these. Nah, use your hands. Y'all sissified. Punks. You know? You live to fight another day. Well, these suckers live to stab, chop, shoot another day. That's what they do. You thinking somebody gonna fight you straight up? Just 5 grown men jump a 15-year-old and stab him. They don't even beat him up. They kill him. So we need justice for Junior. Justice for Junior, man. And I really was wiped out. I was like, gosh, you know, but then I said, you know what? It's what it is. If every story that I read, because that used to really affect me when I read stories like this. It still does really affect me, but I'm able to sort of like compartmentalize. I can like put a piece of it over here in my elbow, my left elbow, and still go on and just save it for later. You know, have a drink or something, get a rum and coke or something, and you know, because the show must go on. I can't live in that. I can't have that here. I got to put it here or in my knee. Just store it for later, because if I let that affect me, man, this is too much horrible crap going on daily. So right now, the whole spin is in, guys. I'm about to go to phone calls. The whole spin is in on the border thing. Look, everyone's making up their own versions. You have no idea what to believe. You know, it's a different story depending on if you're watching conservative news or if you're reading conservative literature or websites, and if you read a liberal website or whatever. But the fact remains that we've had an immigration problem, or not truly a solution to immigration in this country for a very long time. This Trump, one thing about Trump definitely I think is happening is that policies are seriously being considered, finally. Like, this is the first time they've ever went after Trump for a policy. For a policy. Usually it's about who he slept with, what words he used, what he said at a rally. You know, this is the first time they went after Trump for actual policy. So give it up for the Democrats for having the ability to finally focus on an issue. You know, it's like slow clap, like, wow, you do know what a policy is. Wow, okay. Woo, I thought you didn't even understand what it was. I didn't know if you knew how to do what the word policy meant. There you go. You can do it. Rob Schneider's going to jump out the bushes. You can do it. You can do it. All right, guys, I'm going to go to phone lines. I got to go to phone lines at this point. We're going to go to phone lines and take some calls in order that they came in. Yeah, and so, look, let me put the phone number up on the screen real quick. 519. No. God, what is the number? 319-527-6212. 6212. 6212. Where is my damn thing? Is it? Am I using the right? I got like three mices, 3 pieces. Oh, here we go. I have several mices. Call a number. 319-527-6212 is the phone number that you call into if you would like to speak and have the floor. I'll gladly let you talk for a while and break it down. Hope I can get some new callers in here tonight who got some points that they want to make. I'm going to ask you, what's your name and where you calling? No, what's your name and what's your comment? And we can start that now with 408. Hey, 408, thank you for being in. What's your name and what's your comment?
Hey, Tim. Tim, what's up? It's No More Donations. How you doing?
No more donations in the house. How you doing, brother?
Okay. I'm in a strange mood because I'm enjoying your commentary and you're cracking me up. But there are some serious issues, too. So I did kind of want to talk a little bit about the separation of families. You know, I think that the Trump administration does need to be put on blast for what they're doing, but we got to be honest with ourselves. This administration is not the only one that needs to be put on blast. The Obama administration, Bush administration, Clinton, etc. It goes back really far, right? I mean, the history of this country is built upon tearing babies and children away from their parents' arms. And it's wrong no matter who does it. I mean, I actually had to tell somebody that on Twitter the other day because he was asking me, well, because I was criticizing, you know, other administrations and everything. And he's like, so you agree it's wrong, then? I'm like, yeah, it's wrong no matter who does it. I shouldn't even have to explain that. It's pretty damn obvious, you know? I think part of the problem is that the tribalism of political parties, it blinds people, you know? And so they put that above the needs of people. So, you know, there's a lot of our indigenous sisters and brothers that reminded us, tearing babies and children away from their parents, you know, that's the history of the United States. You know, it was done to indigenous peoples. It was done to African peoples who were brought here as slaves. It goes on and on and on. So, you know, you got to call out not just Trump, but you got to call out, you know, people like Hillary Clinton, who all of a sudden she's growing a conscience and is speaking out against this, tearing babies and families away from, babies and children away from the families. And I had to call her out because I saw somebody else tweeting that, hey, you voted yes on the Homeland Security Act of 2002. As a direct result of that, that's how ICE was formed. So in effect, you, Hillary, are also responsible for ripping babies and children away from their families. So I just can't stand the hypocrisy. You know, Obama put the structure or the framework into place, you know, and Trump basically executed on that framework. So, you know, but like I said, he has to be called out. They all have to be called out. And I think this is probably one of the few times that I'm aware of that the Democrats, you know, are actually using policy to resist Trump. So, you know, that's what all these resistance people need to look at. You know, if you actually want to win, go after them on policy. Stay away from all the nonsense. So I don't know. It's not like also I want to say it's not like the Obama administration didn't have children and adults in cages. It's just that no cameras were around to see it. You know. So I think there's like a lot of bipartisanship that actually caused ICE, and it's that bipartisanship of pro-war, pro-separation of families that got us here. It wasn't just Trump. But yeah, let's call out Trump. Also, I kind of want to make one quick note on that person who had that viral tweet. I want to say congratulations. You know, you're doing the work that the oligarchs want. They want us to keep fighting amongst ourselves so that they can skate away free and keep screwing all of us over. So congratulations, or better yet, congratulations.
Right.
You know, actually, before I drop off, too, friend of mine, Bree Hood, who you're very familiar with. We met you in Portland. She's here right now because we're working on something. She wanted to say a few words.
Absolutely.
So hopefully my downer comments didn't ruin what she's going to say. But anyway, here's Bree.
Hello, Tim Black.
Hey, what's up, Bree? How you doing, sis?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's going on?
So yeah, I didn't, because this is a two-for call. I don't want to take up a bunch of time. I have a lot to say about Ro Khanna, but I think I'll save it for an article that I'm going to write for Guion Journal. But I do want to say that it bothered me that he went on the Jimmy Dore show to kind of defend his position, And then I tuned into your show, and he didn't show up, and I thought that was really messed up. But initially, I thought maybe, because Jimmy really did a great job, that maybe he was, kind of embarrassed or taken aback about how a progressive would really interview him. But then the next day I saw him on the Humanist Report. So I was like, well, what about Tim Black? So that bothered me, and I wanted to say that. And then also I wanted to kind of put it out to the Wolfpack that the Guion Journal, which I now write for with Teodros, is looking for other writers. So if anybody out there wants to access a platform where they can speak their truth, then go to www.guionjournal.com and go to the contact us section and send us an email. And that's all I got. Thank you, Tim.
All right, now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So let me get this right, just so I make sure everybody knows where we're coming from here. So I have been promoting that Ro Khanna was coming on my show for 3 days. It was known by a lot of people. Justice Democrats have retweeted it, which is the organization that Ro Khanna is a part of, as did Ro Khanna himself. That same day, the day that he was to appear, what appeared to be a very rushed interview was done on the Jimmy Dore show. Just hours before he was to appear on my show. I don't think that was by accident. I don't think that this was, I believe that people knew he was coming on my show. I believe that Jimmy knew he was coming on my show. And it pissed me off, frankly, because I publicized that. Everybody knew he was coming on my show. We went through, we made graphics. We had it tweeted out. It was posted on my YouTube, on my Facebook, on my Twitter. It's very obvious. Now, as for Ro Khanna going on the Humanist Report, to Ro Khanna's credit, he did contact me around 11 p.m. the day of when he stood to show up that day. And he said to me, he apologized. He apologized and said we could do it the next day if I wanted to. And I decided to wait because I felt like I decided to put it off. Maybe we'll do it after the Ocasio-Cortez race in New York. So him going on the Humanist Report is definitely nothing. I mean, he offered me that opportunity for him to come on my show the day after going on Jimmy's show. But out of principle and out of principle, basically, and also I just felt like, I just didn't want to do it right then. If I spend 3 or 4 days promoting a show that I'm going to have, and then someone who's much bigger interviews you by phone, well, dude, if you wanted to go on this show instead of mine, or if Jimmy wanted to have you on the show, or however that worked out, that's between you guys, right? But if you're a friend of mine, you're a friend of mine, and you know how to use a phone. I don't want to hear this. I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know that this was what you. Come on, man. This is like people have staff. I'm a one-man show. There's stuff that can sneak by me. I'm by myself. I'm not a part of a network. I'm not connected to anything other. Now that I'm working with Nico, it's still, I have my own show. There's no one, I got people who do free research. There would be Autumn. And yeah. So anyway, I'm still a little, as you can see, I'm still a little pissed about it, but I'm actually kind of grateful because in a way it kind of reminds me that I'm really in this game alone. And when you think that people are, we have a solidarity or we're working together or whatever, what have you, that ain't really the case. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but it's just the truth, man. I mean, come on, man. The Humanist Report, Kyle Kulinski, Jimmy Dore, TYT Nation, the TYT Channel, Sam Cedar, all these people all work for the same organization. All of them. All of them work for TYT. Go to the channel, go to related network channels, and look at the 20 channels. And when you got one guy, such as Tim Black over here by himself, It's what it is. And you know what? I need to stay that way. I need to stay in that mindset that I got to fight and I got to scratch and I got to do everything I can do in my power, because it's me out here in this floating on this little ass rubber raft thing, you know? And you need to act that way. You need to be in that mindset, because once you start thinking for a second that, oh, it's all good and we got each other's backs and we're going to support each other. Hey, when I couldn't live stream, when I could not live stream for 3 months over some bullshit, these people didn't bring me out. Except for Ron Placone. He brought me on his channel. Ron Placone's the only person who invited me on this show while I was out in Nico House. That's it. Now, for all of the 20 journalists that I brought on my channel, 20, 25, I don't know. If there's somebody out there that you know, I've had them on my channel. Whoever it is, unless they're very, very new. Like, they got to be brand freaking new. Of all of those people, when I was down and out for the count, if it wasn't for my Patreon supporters, how many of those people brought me on and supported me, kept me afloat when the system was trying to destroy me? Only 2 people. So now, No More Donation says he didn't want to be a downer for the show. I'm the downer of the show right now. You feel what I'm saying? But Bree brought it up, so I'm speaking to it. And it's what it is. And I see it for what it is, you know? I see it for what it is. I recognize it. I see it. It's what time it is, and it's okay. I grew up 17 years old on the streets by myself doing whatever I had to do to survive. I can do this. I need to go back to that guy. That's the guy I'm going to be from now on. That's the guy I should have never stopped being. I should have never thought about or worried about, am I going to be seen this way or that way? Or let me work with these people. Let me try to, develop camaraderie. Screw it. I was surviving on my own for a long time. We can keep doing that. Ro Khanna, he's going to come on my show after the Ocasio situation. After that, sometime next week maybe. And we'll have that conversation. It ain't going to change nothing. We're going to still go ahead and do what we're going to do. Shout out to people out there who are not so who see shit for what it is, frankly. Just see it for what it is. All right? All right. Now, the House GOP plan would cut Medicare, Social Security to balance the budget. This is the thing. This is that thing. While we're talking about the border, and don't get me wrong, we need to talk about the border. It's very important to talk about families. It's very important. And everything No More Donation said is correct. This shit did not start with Trump. It did not start with Trump. Hell, I've been to Portland, Oregon saying that on stage in front of hundreds of people. I said it in Salt Lake City in front of hundreds of people. I said it in Columbus, Ohio in front of hundreds of people. I said it everywhere I went, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. I said it's not. These people act as if everybody was just skipping along. Woo! Hand in hand. And then all of a sudden Trump came and the skies got dark and thunder was shooting from the sky and fire was raining down and hell and babies were falling from the sky and dogs started flying and demons appeared. No. We've been deporting the hell out of people. We've been throwing people in cages. Obama did away with habeas corpus. He don't even need to try you. He don't even need to charge you. You don't even get to see a judge. You understand what I'm saying? We're not even talking about people who came in the country without paperwork. We're talking about regular citizens. He can kill you. He can do away with you. The Patriot Act, it goes all the way back to that. Do you understand? So, no. But that does not mean that we don't call out Trump. You can say all of that and you'll be spot on. You'll be right. Because it's facts. These are facts. But that does not mean we will not call out Trump. It doesn't mean that you hide behind hoping to get viewership from the right, hoping to get money from the right, and neglect to call out Trump for doing Basically, things that Obama did, but worse. No. And if it means I have, that people turn off or they tune out, that's fine. That's fine, because that's the price you got to pay to be a truth teller. Being a truth teller means telling the truth. That's what that means. So I'm glad no more donations called up. I'm glad he said what he said. I'm glad he called that guy out, that guy who made that tweet. I understand that guy's tweet, his desperation. He just doesn't understand that not helping a person over there doesn't mean they're going to help you. He's thinking that we have this very limited amount of money, and if you help these people, that now you go starve, that you're going to starve. No, you're going to starve anyway, because they're not going to help you. That's what he's not getting. He doesn't get it. They let little old ladies starve. They let veterans starve. They let babies starve. They do it all the time, dude. They don't care. And they will continue. They're cutting Medicare and Social Security right now. That ain't got nothing to do with some people, the 2,000 children that they have separated now from the border. That has nothing to do with that at all. At all. No, they're not cutting Medicare and Social Security because some people from Honduras came over here. They had already planned to do that. They're not cutting Meals on Wheels, dude, because little Eduardo crossed the border, man. Do you realize how rich America is, man? Do you get it? Do you get it? $716 billion defense budget. Dude, do you realize how much money that is? You think feeding any dude, we could cure world hunger if we wanted to. Not just American hunger. If we wanted to, we could cure world hunger. The operative word in that line, that sentence, is could. We'd have to want to. I don't know how else better to tell you. They don't give a fuck. That's why. Next call. God, man. It is what it is, baby. 575, you live. What's your name and what's your comment?
Oh, that's me. Tim, it's Margarita from New Mexico.
Hey, Margarita, how you doing?
I'm okay. Hey, first of all, because I want to give some input on my experiences with observations on ICE and immigrant families since I've been down here since 2006. That I don't consider myself an expert, but I have a little background. I was born in El Paso, Texas, and lived there to age 12 till we moved to California. Mm-hmm. And I moved down here actually to I guess you would say help my people. But I've learned since then that my people's broader than that. But that's beyond the point. Okay, my observations in regards to during Obama era, my personal experience, because I'm a counselor in private practice, and I work with a variety of people. In regards to immigrant families, this is something that a lot of people aren't aware of. But this is my personal experience from 2010 to 2016. I worked with a number of immigrant families with actually the youth, and these were youth that were born here, so they're American citizens, but their parents were not. And they were considered undocumented, going through the process of getting their papers. The ones that I actually worked with, their parents were deported for, I would consider minor offenses like having weed in their car, stuff like that. And probably about 6 families I worked with. But anyway, so that's my experience. So this is definitely broader than what's being painted out there. Okay, now my observations of ICE. And the economic aspect of it, first of all, the area where I actually provide most services, which is Luna County, which is right on the border, it has 21% unemployment rate. Okay, so much for the statistics that are being promoted that it's 3%. There's areas in this country that are high. Anyway, ICE is using the same tactics to recruit people, because I guess it's a decent paying job. I think it pays like about $50,000 plus benefits, and I think they go through an academy. I don't think they have college. But anyway, they recruit in the high schools just like the military does, like the junior ROTC. They have programs like that. And some of the recent observations that I've seen, some of it, I guess it's like promoting some positive activities for kids. However, there isn't much choice of anything for kids here so far as, for a job or anything like that, unless they go to college. But as you know, who's got the money to go to college? But anyway, so, okay. So this is something that just kind of jumped out at me, because there's a lot of the older kids that I work with, they're referred to me by juvenile probation. So I have a close relationship, and I go in there, and so I see things that probably most people don't see. And lately they're really spending the money, like having these like when you go to conferences, how you're given bags and stuff like that. So they have these fancy like suitcase bags that they're giving the kids, which I guess is nice and all that. But the part that I guess, I find disturbing is we need to have more choices, okay? But the recruitment in an area with 21% unemployment rate, there are many choices. So, of course, they're drawn to that. And here's some other things, too. Some of the people that have other jobs, I guess they're recruiting to build a wall. And I'm not sure how much that pays, but I hear remarks from people saying, like, hey, I'm going to quit this job, because they're paying such and such, and, going to get it while the money's good. So even aspects of people that disagree with the law are being, what is the word? I wouldn't say it's an ethics thing, it's a survival thing. So, it's just some of my observations, not only with ICE, but the high unemployment rate and how it's, how it affects people. And I think that's about it, except I want to ask permission from you to be able to use your remark. If you say, it's the money, dumbass, I would like to have permission to use that.
Of course you can.
Okay, well, I kind of end with that because, the focus on this is, it's an economic thing, but the thing, it goes way, way, way back. But my personal experience is like from 2010 to 2016, but I just had one recent one from last week. But I'll save that experience for another day. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff that's not out there, obviously. But that's my personal experience. Not an expert, but, I lived in the area off and on for numerous years. So,
well, thank you so much, Margarita, for your comment. I appreciate you giving us the benefit of your experience, what you see with your own eyes. I think that counts for something, right? So much of what we see in the media is one person's opinion or one person's experience, and they try to extrapolate that. Isn't that what they do? So I think it's relevant. At least I know coming from you that it's actually what you witnessed. So yeah. So thank you for sharing that. 111, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim. How are you doing, man?
I'm pretty good, brother. What's on your mind?
Well, in my mind, I do want to say is that Times article with Trump with that little girl who was left behind by his mother, that's exactly kind of like, let's say, that BuzzFeed article that was about the Golden Shower Gate, which was a debunked article. And this definitely shows that the corporate media we all know, are all biased, of course. And the fact that when it comes to, let's say, immigrants coming across borders and everything, that's been a struggle since Mexico is like one of the most poorest countries that's struggling, let's say, with cartels, the drug wars they're in, everything that's going on in Mexico, and that's even though because of Trump that wants to build a wall, and of course that's never going to come being successful soon, because that's not going to even close to coming to happen about a wall, even though that's his campaign promise, of course. Even though he did sign an executive order to prevent families being separated by, let's say, those kids who are in custody by ICE in the borders, of course, to go back with their parents, and that's going to be a pretty tough situation there for Trump for signing that executive order. And also another thing, I just want to switch topics to break it down and make things quick, is that with the IG report from Michael Horowitz, of course, showing that there's bias, of course there is, since Peter Strzok is one of those people who used to be in the Mueller team who was, out, and not just him, but I heard there was like 2 or 3 more lawyers that were out, and one of them possibly said Viva la Resistance, who was the 2 or 3 that were out. And of course, I don't even like dirty tactics, of course, against Trump, even though I'm not a Trump supporter. So that would be the take on, the Mueller part. And also, I do want to wrap things up, is that with the Stormy Daniels case, of course, Michael Avenatti, of course, he's under investigation by the California State Bar by his shady payments from his past, of course, and his wife is literally getting pissed off with him, especially his case against Trump, of course. So that's all my take, and thanks for your time, Tim.
All right, brother. Thank you for the phone call. Wow, 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 wow. And they're still talking about Stormy Daniels. I saw her with a tweet out trying to raise money for something. I don't know what it was. I mean, come on, man. They call her the most successful porn star in American history. What does she need a GoFundMe for? Come on, man. I mean, I know she's making lots of money now. She's got 15, 20. She got 30 minutes of fame off of this. What does she need money? What does she need a GoFundMe for? I mean, I'm asking, really, what? Why would you need to raise money via GoFundMe? Stormy? I don't know, man. Yeah, the Michael Cohen thing, all that. I see that I saw something with Tom Arnold with, I don't know, man. I didn't get a chance to really get into it, brother. I chose not to get into it. It was on something this evening, frankly, about Tom Arnold having a conversation. And the Roseanne, the Connors or something. And this is so much going. It's like, what is this going on? This is crazy. Then there's an investigation related to Hillary Clinton that's going on. And I mean, there is a lot. There's just so much happening. But thank you for your phone call, brother. I'm glad you called in. 917. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name and what's your comment?
Yo, Black, it's your boy KJ from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
What's up, KJ? How you doing, brother?
Man, it's been a while. Glad to see you back on TV, my man.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I'm glad to be back, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain. Things are going well as far as, what I'm trying to do with my life. Want to get right to the point. I was out on the street since I was 17 too, brother. Yeah. Right? No family support, no nothing. Let me tell you, man, never stop ever being and looking out for number one. You always got to be an army of one when it comes to especially your business. Lone wolf mentality. Take it from me. You stick with that. You stick with your guns. You never will be upset with that, because the minute you start trying to associate and collaborate with other people, it's not about really what you are doing and what you're trying to convey. Because either way, if you get involved with even one other person, literally half of your decision making and everything that you're trying to be true to yourself, you have to compromise. I mean, I found it out when I worked in the entertainment industry, and in early years, nobody wanted to know your name. Then once you get a little fame, everyone wants to be in your game. You know what I'm saying? So that's just life. That's business. That's all aspects. And you got to just stick to your guns. And you know what? fail or succeed, it's all on you. You can't blame then nobody else. You know, but when you succeed, you get all the credit and all the glory, you know, but that's just, you know, that's that. I mean, I know we haven't spoken in a long time, and for anybody out there who don't know who I am, yes, I am a Trump supporter. Yes, I did say Trump was going to win a long time ago. Let me tell you, I just want to say this. Obviously, we all know what's going on the border. This is nothing new. This has been going on since the border began. So, okay, we all know that. But the fact that, you know, and I do give a little props to the Democrats. They're finally starting to talk about something that's a real issue, you know, other than Stormy Daniels and this, that, and the other thing. Who cares, right? Finally, they're getting on an issue. But, again, they're falling on it the wrong way, and they're dealing with it the wrong way. I thought for sure they actually had a nice in because of this. But now, with this article coming out about this little girl with the time issue now, that's not looking too good for them, because it turns out that girl wasn't separated from her mom. We all know that now. We all know the truth, you know. But instead of saying, you know what, I mean, the reporter from CBS, Begos, he said, you know what, okay, he came out, and I give him props because I do like him. But the rest of the world is still, then their response basically is, well, that don't matter. That's not the point. The point is blah, 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 blah. No, it is the point. It goes to the point that you had a good position to work from. You had Trump against the ropes, and he pulled a Muhammad Ali because of your own stupid actions and because of the fact that you can't even admit when something's not correct or wrong, or you're trying to use a child, you know, as a pawn in your political game. You don't give a shit about that girl's mother. You don't give a shit about her dad. Come on, give me a damn break. You know, nobody cares. The only person that should care about that child is a parent. And that's who should be responsible to what's going on. You know, that woman was deported once before she even had this child. So let's get real. Let's get with the facts. Let's get with the story. And, you know, but that's, you know, again, they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And let me tell you, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, just like I said back in the day when everyone said I was crazy about Trump getting elected, midterm elections, these Democrats, they think they're going to, like, take a lot. Yo, at this point, they keep acting this way, they're going to do the same thing all over again, and they're going to lose seats. And if that does happen, and Trump does get more control with the Senate and the House, he could barely get shit done because, you know what, that's one thing I'll say about conservatives. There's multi-levels of conservatives. There's different groups. There's extremists. There's moderates. Democrats, everyone's on the extreme left. You know, it's like it's one whole pack. And when you're one whole pack, that's okay if you got a little bit of an edge. But once you lose that edge and the Republicans get more of an edge, if they don't do correct and they don't do well in the midterms, yo, it's a wrap for the Democrats, and Trump will easily be reelected in 2020. You know, you again, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a feeling guy. I'm not even a political guy. I'm not a sports guy. Listen, I like the Jets and the Mets. Do I live and die by them? No. Do I care if they win? No. Do I care if they lose? No. It's just that's not me. I'm the same way politically. I don't give a crap either way. I like to pick winners. You know, I like to pick, I pick the people who win the Super Bowl. It don't matter. It's not my team, but I'm a numbers guy, and I'm a stats guy, and I'm a feel guy. I've been on this planet long enough, and some of us just know. We could put our finger up in the air. We know which way the wind's blowing. And the Democrats, it's like they just keep kicking themselves in the butt. Even when they got something served up on a platter, they wind up, sending it back. Or just figuring out how to screw it up. So, again, again, to my point, like I said, I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. And when somebody is in a situation where they could take advantage of this, because it's all about spin, that's it. It no longer matters whether it's right or wrong. because we're now at a point, we're so beyond that. We're so beyond people working with each other that now it's just all about the right fight and who's going to fight right the best. Who's going to win? Who's just going to take it out at the end? It has nothing to do with it's like watching a NASCAR race. They're like 4 hours long. But you know what? If you turn it on at the last minute of the race, that's it. That's who wins the race. That's the end of it. You don't got to watch them go around and around in circles for 4 hours. And anybody can pull it out right at the end, and it's all a matter of exactly how you play it up to that point. And it just seems like to me the Democrats, they're just not, and they have no message. And if you can't win just hating Trump, especially hating him now for a policy that was put into effect by Obama, and he was doing it just as well. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. Again, I'm just saying the way these things play out and the way society is, you got a lot of moderate voters, a lot of middle-of-the-road people. They might not like Trump personally and maybe not like his style, but what's the alternative? And that's how they're going to look at it. So come midterms, don't be surprised if things don't go as well as Democrats are saying it's going to go. But then again, they said Hillary was going to win in a landslide. So. All
right, KJ, thank you for the phone call, brother.
Yeah, man. Good talking, man. Good looking out.
You got it, man. Always, always. Yeah, KJ's been calling up, man. Glad to have him back to bring a different perspective, and we welcome different perspectives on the show. But I got to say, KJ, man, you don't watch a lot of the Democrats or the liberals, people talking heads in the Democratic Party, because there really is diversity. It's not as much diversity, I would say, as the Republicans, though. You're correct. But there are this thing called corporate Democrats. They never met a donor they didn't like. They take a lot of money from pharmaceutical companies, a lot of money from Wall Street, for instance. These are going to be like your Cory Booker types. You got your moderates, your Joe Biden. I also think he takes a lot of money. Tim Kaine. Then you have a few progressive-minded folks, and you had some fake progressives. So there's like 4 different. We got the neoliberals, the corporate Democrats, the warmongers, just like they have. I mean, the Democrats are voting right along, lock, stock, and barrel with the Republicans on the military spending. So, dude, some would even argue, brother, that there is only one party, not two, just different, temperatures of two wings. They say 2 wings of the same bird, so to speak. So, yeah. But I thank you for your comments, man. 734, you're live. What's your name and what's your comment? Hey.
Hi, Tim Black. This is Jack from Michigan. How are you?
I'm good, Jack. What's on your mind tonight?
So, speaking of the debt and immigration and all these other topics that the Democrats always seem to be getting wrong or they're not covering properly, I would say that they really need to, whenever you see a Republican stress that, well, we need to cut Medicare, we need to cut Medicaid, the Democrats should be automatically bringing up Nancy Pelosi, all the establishment Democrats, if they really want to gain respect and get rid of their donors, if they care, they would want to bring up that there was $21 trillion unaccounted for by the Pentagon. They would automatically bring up that there was $14.2 trillion spent on war. They would automatically bring up that there was $12 trillion spent in junk money printed out of thin air given to Wall Street corporations. They would bring that up time after time after time again. But it's a complete abdication of their responsibility not to do that. And that's why they're losing. And they want to bring up more so just, again, identity politics. They're playing this game again. KJ brought it up perfectly. And, of course, when you have that happen, nobody trusts you anymore. Nobody trusts your message. So even if Bernie Sanders comes out forth, it even hurts Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders is aligned with the Democratic Party. And even Jesse Ventura has said himself many times that, when I met Bernie Sanders, I just immediately saw him as a Democrat. I didn't see him as a real independent. So it hurts the progressive cause when you do that. And that's one of the reasons, and I've argued with Sam Cedars sometimes and others, that this is why I voted Jill Stein. And, a lot of times I'll get in the comment section, sycophant Cedar fans who tell me, oh, F you and F this and F that. And I'd be like, well, okay, but I voted progressive because that was the right thing. If we had gotten her to 15%, we would have put pressure on the Democrats. Maybe if you had not had that attitude, we would have gotten her to a much higher level, gotten her some kind of respect, and you would have been seeing a jobs program put in place. You would have seen a Green New Deal. You would have seen a public option, which 80% of the public supports. 80%. That's not far left. That's center. Everyone virtually supports that. And then you've got, the funding is there. And even, here's the thing, too. Everybody's saying, well, the immigrants are stealing our jobs, blah, 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 blah. Well, wait a minute. Why is it that you have to say that? I mean, you've even said, because even these commenters have said on YouTube that I've dealt with, they've said, Mexico has a lot of wealth as well. Okay, well, instead of blaming the people, how about you ask nicely the country, hey, listen, we've given foreign aid out. Do you think maybe you could help us out? Ask Canada the same thing, too, so that there's no double standard. Hey, do you think maybe you could help us out maybe with funding for a high-speed rail jobs program? So, again, but the Democrats are not capitalizing on those important platforms. They're not They're not capitalizing on saying, hey, listen, we need to bring all our troops home. And again, why is that? Well, the money. Just always got to follow the money. So whether it's economy or immigration or something else heinous that government has done or corporations have done, always follow the money. And that would be my advice.
All right, brother. I appreciate your phone call there, Jack from Michigan. And I got to say, man, you reminded me of something that I've often thought about, brother Jack. You know what you never heard during the 2016 election? You never heard anyone say you were sexist for not voting for Jill Stein. They never said it. Never even crossed their minds that Jill Stein was a woman. I happen to know Jill Stein is a woman because I met her several times. Interviewed her several times. She's a woman. No one never, ever defended the fact that this was this was an opportunity to have a woman, a female president from a third party. The first president that I can recall, right? There was a third party back way back, right, in the 1800s, right? In the modern era, right? So no one ever gave that designation to Jill Stein. In fact, they treated her as if she was a man, a Russian man, a Russian Muslim man. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. Sorry, man. Thank you so much for the call, Jack. I appreciate it. 813, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Is this me?
Yes.
Hi, Tim Black. My name's Douglas Richardson. I am a 29-year-old Florida resident who's studying political science. And I was thinking about the immigration situation and looking at the reports in the lawsuit that's coming out now regarding the forced medication of immigrants or illegal immigrants coming into the country. And I just find it horrific that we would do that. It blows my mind, man. So a little bit of backstory. I'm bipolar, right? This is something I've had since birth. I've had, all sorts of medication. And, you have to really boil down what you give to someone who has, mental problems in order to make sure that there's not like psychological damage done by the drugs that you give them. And to give these to these young kids in order to ostensibly calm them down, right? Kind of like giving a kid alcohol. It blows my mind that they would do this. These are supposed to be the same people that care about family values, right? They're supposed to be the same people that care about children. Something else I also wanted to bring up was kind of the correlation between the black market that we've created here in the United States through the drug war and the cartels that now exist in Latin America and are incredibly powerful. We just recently saw an article regarding a whole bunch of politicians getting killed, over 100, I think it was, by cartel-affiliated police, I think it was. And just this horrific situation that we've contributed to over there, and we're shocked when we see refugees coming in, we keep turning them away. Like, I feel like we have something of a moral obligation in order to help these people, or at the very least end the drug war so that we don't end up continuing to pay into these cartels and creating a situation where I read an article where there was a dreamer that, he got caught, doing something like driving while inebriated. When he got deported, he was basically given an option to be forced out of the country or voluntarily leave. He voluntarily leaves. He ends up going, back to Latin America, gets his throat slit. Done. Gone. It blows my mind. I don't know how we get back to a position in our country where we are, or at least advance to a position in our country where we are moral actors again. Anyway, that's basically all I have to provide.
Well, thank you, Douglas.
Thank you for accepting my call.
Oh, absolutely, Douglas. Thank you for the comment. You're right. I did read about this medication that they were giving to the young people, to the children, because who knew? Children seem to be distressed when they're in a new country and they don't have their parents and they're in a facility. It's crazy, right? But if you listen to people like Laura Ingraham tell it, it's just like, summer camp. Here's the thing. I've seen such conflicting reports. I don't know what to believe about the safety or the conditions that children are in, but there's so many different freaking facilities. So Melania Trump went to one facility in South Texas. It looked like classrooms that she was in. I saw one reporter from Fox who went somewhere and he said that things looked great, and I don't even know if I don't even know what to believe. Then you got the cages themselves, and as I did a show yesterday, I said my understanding was that was the processing, right? The processing that you go through, and then like that can be, in that facility, but then you go I think processing is done within a day, 24 hours, and then the children are sent somewhere more permanent, and that is more like a dorm. But you know what? I saw someone, I think it was TC on Facebook. Every once, I try to go back, I look at comments, and TC was like, I don't care. It ain't right at all to put, and here's the thing. The system, the way the system has been set up all this time is they would keep the parents together, but I don't know what quarters they used to keep the kids and the parents together when they kept them somewhere. Like, what was that like? I don't know. A lot of the pictures that you see that we're upset about, those are pictures from 2012 and 14 and 15 and 16. Okay, a lot of the stuff you see. I saw a picture, and I'm not exaggerating. They were passing this picture off as being the current state, right? And it turns out it was a picture of someone in, I think, Iran or something. Like, there's a lot of dirty stuff going on there. I don't know what to believe about how the children are being kept. All I know is I know what I morally feel. I know what I feel morally about children. And you hear this, the new Megyn Kelly, whatever her name is out there on Fox News. Oh, look at this guy. He's got a beard. These don't look like kids. He's like MS-13. That's the new thing, MS-13. MS-13. And don't get me wrong, MS-13 is horrible. But every person who comes here is not MS-13. Okay? Nor should they be treated as if they are MS-13. All right. And I can't agree with you more, man, about medications. And it's just, this is an issue, isn't it? This is just like an issue. It's like, I don't like being lied to. I don't know who to trust. I don't know what's accurate. If I had the resources, right? We get somebody down there to get you Tim Black footage firsthand. If I had the resources. If I was given $20 million, like the Young Turks, TBTV would have somebody going to a facility, getting us some firsthand footage. And I would stick an ice pick through my ear before I'd lie about it. Because you'll just take it, you can be mad about it, but you're not going to be able to say it was a lie. All right. I tell you guys, I tell you. You might get pissed, but you won't be able to say Tim's lying. He's just saying that. Nope, that's not how I get down. That's not my get down. 205. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, Tim. It's Stephanie from Tennessee.
Hey, Stephanie from Tennessee.
Hey, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, sis.
What's recovering from a cold.
Yeah, what's on your mind tonight, Steph?
So I want to apologize if I am sniffing at all, because I had a cold for the last 3 days, so I was back on Twitter. But, yeah, I wanted to call in because there's the topic was just I saw it and I was like, yeah, I really want to call in about this because there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up. And I've seen a lot of people talking about the immigration issue because, with the families being separated and everything, that's a big thing. But I think something that's a lot of people I haven't seen people talking about this as much, but I wanted to draw attention to it for the independent media, is that I don't know if enough people are paying attention to the fact that Trump and Pompeo together in succession with the policy they put in place to separate families suddenly left the United Nations Human Rights Council thing because they told them what you're doing is child abuse. So I feel like it's a little bit of a not distraction. I don't want to say distraction because that's not right. Deflection of what is happening that's different, because it's good that people are bringing up what Obama did and what Hillary did, and oh my God, how freaking hypocritical Hillary Clinton is. I can't stand her. Okay. Every time I see a tweet that somebody else is cross-tweeted from her, and she's just so full of crap. How does anybody still believe anything she says? I feel like she is responsible for okay, I'm not going to get into that. But there's the way that they did it that's different, that I think is bothering people, that it's frustrating that, the left acts that this is just new from Trump, and the right is trying to blow it off as well, that picture of that little girl was fake, and they weren't even, actually taking her away or anything. there's like a lot of context left out of that, because I read an article that was from the guy who took the photos point of view, and he put in that article that he didn't actually know what was happening, but that they, you know, that the girl was crying and they took the mother away, and he, you know, was imagining what was happening. Like, he was freaking out because, you know, he had been hearing things, you know, about what was going on. And there is like multiple reports of, you know, people telling the parents that they're just taking their kid for a bath and then their child's gone. And that was the kind of stuff that was like traumatizing, that the UN considered child abuse. And if they hadn't gotten confirmation reports, the UN would not have like sent something to Trump and Pompeo saying this is child abuse. So whoever's saying like, oh, it's totally exaggerated, that one, they're manipulating the information. And, you know, maybe the guy who took the photographs could have, you know, like, but I mean, he reported that way. He didn't say he knew for sure, but he said he was scared, you know, and then the media took it and blew it up and was like, look what they did, and this is Trump's America, and this little girl is scared. But there's like a lot of examples of kids who aren't that face of the thing that there were actually issues with. Like, there's multiple reports from airline stewardesses that called out of work because they couldn't stand to look at the kids. And one of them caught them lying to them, saying it was a soccer team when it was the kids being transported. So, like, this is kind of stuff, the reason it upset people so much, and that, you know, people have, like, started doing all these protests against ICE and stuff, is because there's already been, like, multiple reports of ICE acting like a Gestapo. And then there's, like, Holocaust survivors who came out and said these are the exact same things they started saying before they started putting, you know, us in camps. Like, and so it was freaking people out. And I looked at this. Oh, there's somebody who wanted me to also bring up that WikiLeaks did a new dump today. I feel like every time I call in, I talk about WikiLeaks, but like it's connected to this. So, and he was requesting that somebody talk about it. Is that they did there was two websites that had up a database of ICE employees that had put their stuff up on LinkedIn. So it was not doxing. It was like public information. They were just making it more public to let journalists be able to contact them and find out about these problems, because a lot of ICE employees are whistleblowing, are turning in their manuals and stuff, because there is stuff like ICE employees being trained to make marriage proposals, like date girls and make marriage proposals to catch them being illegal immigrants. So that's like abuse. And it's really creepy too, you know, like, can you imagine, like, I mean, you're married, so yeah, it's hard for you to imagine that scenario, but anybody listening, like, can you imagine if you're single and you finally find this guy and it turns out that they're spying on you and they're not really serious about? So there's that kind of stuff. So I saw a video by Paul Joseph Watson where he said this overreaction from the left is an insult to actual Holocaust survivors. But the actual Holocaust survivors are coming to the news and telling them, listen, you guys need to, like, highlight this because this is freaking us out. It's, like, really similar to what happened before. So that's the problem, is that even though, you know, Obama's been guilty of this, Clinton has been guilty of this, and they're a bunch of hypocrites, the way that Trump and Pompeo did it, and I want to say Pompeo because nobody's paying attention to how much Pompeo has to do with this. Everybody's like, oh, Pompeo helped fix North Korea. People need to keep an eye on him. Before Julian Assange got cut off, he had put out a tweet a couple of months before that it was like some ambassadors or something had told him that the actual goal was for Pompeo to be president in 2020 so the CIA could take over the country. But, well, he didn't say that in the tweet, but it was like you could see in succession other things about, like, Democrats, you know, like, a certain amount of ex-CIA people, like, running as Democrats and stuff. So you can kind of put the pieces together in your head. So I'm putting the pieces together. But the tweet itself was saying how Pompeo was planning on running. And everything seems to be lining up to that because he was made Secretary of State. And it's, like, basically so he could do what Hillary Clinton couldn't, because the easiest way to run for president is to say, I have a lot of experience. I was Secretary of State. So those are some things I wanted to bring up just from the other side, because we heard a lot about, like, what, you know, people on the conservative side are annoyed about exaggerations, but on the left side, what I don't think that they're seeing is this is why other people are not happy, and that ICE should be shut down, because even people in ICE are whistleblowing on ICE because they know that there's been too much abuse in that organization.
All right,
I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to cut out now.
No problem, sis. I appreciate you for calling up and sharing that. And you know, I did see that thing about the marriage. I saw that and I was like, dude, I was like, I don't have time to get into this right now, but I did see it, and I did see what WikiLeaks had published, this directory, and as you stated, this was already available freely to anybody who wanted to see it. Like, you can look up ICE in LinkedIn and find these people. Okay, so they weren't, they didn't hire Russia to hack anything. It's already out on the internet. Okay. But thank you so much, Steph, for this information. We got a lot of calls in the queue. I want to try to bounce around and get to everybody. 343, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Ted Black. How's it going today, sir? How are you doing?
I'm good.
And by the way, guess what Canada just did this week? It legalized marijuana for recreational use. So, Canada to legalize marijuana as soon as October 17th, actually. So I want to say, Canada to all the Canadians out there going to enjoy some marijuana coming up on the 17th of October. So it's good news for Canada. But we're going to talk about what's going on with the states, consider with the border, ICE, and stuff like that. We have the same type of asylum here in Canada, but we don't separate the families. We have a sort of like a jail, but it's more or less combined. The families are together, so we make sure that the families are not split, and we also give them an opportunity to grant them citizenship down the road as a refugee. For example, the Syrian refugees during the Muslim ban, they were persecuted, so to speak. So when the Muslim ban happened, a lot of people were, worried about their futures in the United States, about the travel ban, etc. So, with the green cards revoked, so a lot of people from America who were refugees in the Refugee Syrian project that you guys had at the States came over to Canada, but were arrested, like you guys doing with the Mexicans and stuff like that. But we made sure that we did not separate the families. We would give them equal opportunity to become asylum seekers or refugees. So it's a difference of the system. Like, we do not, like ICE, we are not abhorrent. We give them like food and shelter. I know I've seen some videos about yours having shelter with like food and with games and stuff like that. But we make sure we don't deport them all back. So that's a good thing. So, but also too, we want to talk about censorship. And you got banned for 3 months off of live streaming on YouTube, and for me, I'm on a 30-day ban right now on Facebook. By the way, my name's Patrick, if you haven't recognized. But so yeah, I'm on a 30-day ban. I have 2 accounts on Facebook. So I have one as a backup, and my original account's suspended until mid-July. So I can't post, I can't add friends or everything. So I know what the censorship burn is all about. I might just go with Justin Forum with the You and Nico House and check out that site and check and see how it is and have discussions there with everybody else. And so I just wanted to comment and discuss things with you. What do you think about all this? What do you think about the differences between Canada and the United States when it comes to asylum seekers or refugees or people who jump the border like illegally? And also, too, about Canada legalizing marijuana for recreational use and the censorship, especially with the ACLU lately, only going for left-leaning politics as of late. If you watch a Tim Pool video he did today, was specifically that it's not an advocacy group anymore. It's only geared towards the left-leaning politics, so to speak, like with censorship and stuff like that. So what do you have to say about all that there, Tim Black? And you're doing an amazing show. I've watched every single minute of your segments every
90
time. So
seconds.
I make sure to get it all in. And I'm a loyal fan of yours. I watch every single episode. So y'all have a great night.
Hey, Pat, thank you for the phone call, man. Yeah, that's Pat. Hey, what's up, brother? I know who you are, Pat. I've seen you on. We've interacted on Twitter, brother, and I'm going to try to get to the next phone call. But I will come back to congratulate Canada on their cannabis legalization efforts. And and I saw something about Tim Pool earlier today as well. 814
60 seconds.
814, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey Tim, this is Rob Senior.
What's up, Rob? How you doing, man?
I just tweeted you over a link to a conspiracy that Trump tried to cover up. Apparently, he found out the water around our military bases is more polluted, and if you drink it, you end up getting cancer. And he tried to keep it out of the press and keep it out of the EPA and keep it out of everything else. But that wasn't what I really called to talk about. I just happened to. This just happened right before you come on tonight that they put it out. I'm calling about the youth.
10 seconds.
The people in this country better get their shit together and unite, because our country is being completely destroyed. I've worked in politics since the days of Ross Perot. I worked in his United We Stand group. I worked in the Republican Party. I worked in the Democratic Party. I can tell you everybody that runs everything, and it's all run by J.P. Morgan. There are not 6 media companies in this country. J.P. Morgan owns all of those companies. And these people are our defense contractors through General Electric that they own. And the people that are tearing us apart are people like this that won all these wars. We're in war in 8 countries right now, and the people don't even know half what's going on. You know? But the thing is, this stuff... Now, Obama wasn't destroying your Social Security. He wasn't destroying your Medicare. The history of the Republican Party, they have fought against time and a half overtime. Now, are you going to take that shit? I was a 90-hour-a-week Joe almost my entire life. I made $41,000 a year when I was 21 years old back in 1979. That was a hell of a lot of money. And that was because I was a bust-ass motherfucker, to put it bluntly. And this is the kind of stuff these people are against. They're against average people. I cannot understand for the life of me why anybody that makes $20,000 or $30,000 a year thinks they have anything at all in common with people that don't even think you're rich till you get over $7 million. And it's just crazy. They're the party of big corporations, and who are we getting screwed by right now? Big corporations. If you want to win, Trump is a goddamn maniac. I suspect him of raping my Amish neighbor. She's terrified of him, burst right into tears, says he's a monster. She used to work for him. And we already know he's a pervert and a pussy grabber and everything else. He comes right out and says it. This is the worst president we've ever had in the history of this country. And people are going to have to stand up. It's not about bitching on Twitter. You're going to have to call and get active in a committee or something. I'm calling my Democratic Party Monday and telling them I want to be a committee man, and I'm going to call the national office and tell them I want some power up at the top. The corruption in the Democratic Party is about 6 people at the very top. And if you think the Republican Party ain't corrupted, you want to follow the money. The Democratic Party has been bankrupt for 40 years. They ain't had no money. Why do you think they're taking that corporate money? None of us are even giving out $1 because we ain't got it. You know, so the people they're going to have to unite. The Green Party, I respect Jill Stein. I know all that stuff, but it's a fucking joke. Our Constitution is written that you cannot win as an independent or a Green Party candidate. You have to be a Democrat or a Republican. And the Republican states out west deny Green Party ballot access, because I was going to run as a Green Party candidate. I ran for president since 2008, and I actually didn't think there was a problem last time, so I didn't push it that hard. I thought Bernie had it sewed up. I had no idea they were going to fuck him in the ass, but that's basically what they did. And now you got a problem. You got half the people in this country hate Bernie because they're blaming him, and the fact that he's getting older, even though he's in good shape for his age. But I look at Trump's age, and I don't think he's in good shape. I think he's a psychotic madman. And this stuff with these kids, there's more going on here. There's money being made off this.
All right,
when
Rob.
I see that there's
I got to keep it moving, Rob.
Rob.
I got to keep it moving, Rob. I got to get to the other calls before the phone line runs out. But I appreciate your phone call and your comments. 570, you're live, Freedom Friday. 570, what's your comment?
Hi, Tim.
Hey.
Tim?
Hey.
Yeah. Listen, I tweeted you a couple of days ago about that audio recording that they were playing on all the networks about the kids being, the kid crying for his mama or something, right?
Right.
That's an old audio tape. That thing is about, I want to say about 4 or 5 years old. I heard it, I want to say 2014.
Mm.
And it didn't dawn on me until I heard the part about the conductor and, because the kids were all crying, oh, we got an orchestra here, and then he said something about it, and the kids were crying, and he said, oh, we need a conductor. And it dawned on me, that's exactly what, it was something that happened around 2013, 2014, where the Republicans took the House and stuff, and they started enacting some kind of immigration thing. But they're playing this as news. And this is very serious, because now they're taking the Fox playbook, taking lies, and the trusted people. I use that sparingly. I want to say MSNBC. And I heard somebody speak on the House floor today, Ted Lieu, I believe, saying, and he got kicked off because the House rules don't allow audio tapes. Hear what they're doing to our kids right now. And I'm thinking, this is a total lie. Now, what are you supposed to do? I mean, when you have a situation where we're resorting to the same tactics that they're doing. And this is a giant cover-up. Nobody wants to admit it. I've tried to contact Fox News Research and try to find out the source of this. I'm still looking for it, but as far as I can tell from what I've seen the last couple of days is that it's from a friend of a friend of a lawyer of a friend, and it's bullshit. And I didn't go to bed till like 4:30 in the morning. I was scared, and I felt like that Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where he sees the guy, and he's afraid to fall asleep because he's afraid he's going to turn into one of them. And I went to bed, and I was looking around for pea pods around the bottom of my bed and stuff, and but it shook me that much. Now, if I'm right, what does that mean?
Damn. It means they're lying bastards, as you stated earlier, and that it's they want to paint a narrative in order to get a political gain out of it. Something in it for them.
No. I understand the motivation. I understand the motivation perfectly, and I understand. There's a tremendous emotional response that you can nurture from listening to that. But the fact that they would use that it's an old recording. It's not, and they're saying it's taken now. This is what's going on now. And they're full of shit. Now, if you knew that, if you can say, just like I feel with 99% certainty that that is an old tape. All right? Now, I'm hashing my mind for that 1%, but if it is, what do you do? How do you feel? What are you supposed to think about the future of this country if both parties are conspiring to get at the American public in this way, in this fashion? I mean, why don't, I got scared. I really got scared when I heard that fucking thing, and I knew it was a fucking old tape. I remember that. The minute they said, we got an orchestra here and we need a conductor, I'm very afraid. And I think I think I've listened to you enough, Tim, to know that if I'm right, that you would be afraid too.
Well, brother,
am I right?
Brother, I tell you, give it up for this phone call. I appreciate you, my brother, for calling in. You know what? I think I use another word for it than afraid. I'm very jaded at this point, just because I live and breathe this stuff. You know what I mean? They use everything, man. They use if a home invader comes in and beats a woman to within an inch of her life, they use that. If a cop is shot by some mentally unstable person, they use that. If there's a bomb, they use that. If a young, racist, bigoted white guy goes into a church and shoots parishioners, they use that. Everything they use, brother. There is nothing new. I don't doubt it for a second that could be an old recording. I don't, my brother. And I just think you just, there's many words you could use. I don't think scared would be the word I would choose for me to define how I feel about it. What I feel is just disgusted, disgusted and bombarded with bullshit is how I feel. But all right, well, give it up for everybody that called in tonight. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Well, we had a nice mix of calls tonight, man. A lot of people, a lot of different thoughts, ideas. I did get 517, didn't I? 517, did I get you in here, 517? I just want to make sure I did. I guess I did. Give it up for 517. I must have had 517. Come on. Yeah. Woo! We got any people out there in Facebook world, man, that let me see what my YouTube people are talking about. Let's see what the conversation was on YouTube. Grandma Christine's out there on YouTube. Amars is out there on YouTube. Margatina is out there. What's up, Margatina? Eric. There should be crimes for publishing fake news. I love that. I love it. There never will be, because there would be too many of them going to jail. And there's a lot of fake news on all sides of this thing. Woo! Man. That's why we need to staff up. We need more people, because I take a risk every time I cover anything. It's a risk to cover anything and form any opinion when you have to use corporate media at all, because you really have no way. Like, you're verifying sources with other corporate media. You get what I'm saying? And just because you see something confirmed in another publication doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. I've been burned a couple of times like that, and I had all best intentions. It's not like I'm getting, like, there was a time when I would get 3 million views on a video, 4 million views on a video, 175,000 views was nothing for me. I used to get that all the time. I used to get 50,000 views on a video. Now I barely get 1,000. So when I do a story, if it wasn't for me publishing on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, so now I have to go, I go everywhere, which is great. I go a lot of places. So this show is one place, it's on YouTube. It's 5 places right now. Plus it's a podcast. So, you know, I reach more people. I reach a lot of people now just because I'm on every platform you can think of. But there is no incentive at all for me to ever fabricate anything. Even if you say, well, Tim Black's got to make money. I don't make money on videos, dude. So what I'm telling you, I'm not making money on videos. I have no reason at all to ever lie to you about a story. None. It's not going to get any more traction. If a video does better than another video or piece of content I put out, it's because of the production value, the entertainment, in the way I delivered it. It has nothing to do because there's a market for everything. So I never think I have to spin this a certain way so people will share it or whatever. I've been sensitive to the point that don't matter. Okay? So my point of saying that is not for you to feel bad about it. My point is to say I try to focus to get it right. Right? That's my whole thing. And I have no incentive at all. But it's just, who do you trust? So thank you for that comment. That's a great comment, man. Maybe we should. Maybe they should be fined. Maybe the news organization should be fined if a story is found out to be inaccurate, to be a total fabrication. Yeah, maybe they should be. And there's things called libel. You know? But you got to have money to sue a paper for libel. But papers quietly get sued all the time. And typically what happens when they do get sued, they settle out of court and they have a non-disclosure element into the agreement. Okay? It happens a lot. All right? It happens a lot. I wanted to see who's out there on Facebook, man. You know I got some Facebook people in the house. And we're still streaming. But yeah, I just James Mandalore, Roseanne Martirama, Steve Wolfbrandt. Steve Wolfbrandt, a blunt, brother. It's a cigar that's emptied out and some form of marijuana or cannabis is put in, or some other type of leafy, is put into to fill the innards, and it is then rolled back up into itself, and it is smoked, my brother, inhaled. Cheryl Ann Butler. The only time I'm dry is if I'm too... Uli's in the house. What's up, Uli? So anyway, guys, Facebook is so crazy. Said propaganda. Oh, propaganda. Chris Lockhart. Chris says he got the Twitch stream to himself. Man, I know, man. I don't know what's up. The Twitch peoples, they're like, look, I don't want to listen to this. Where's the gameplay? Maybe I need to hook up with somebody and we do a live gameplay on Twitch. And then we talk about politics while we play. You know what I mean? Like I'm not using Twitch the way I should use it if I really want to maximize Twitch, right? They want to see the gameplay. You can talk about anything, but they want to see the game. They don't want to see me sitting up there, talking. They want to see the gameplay. So I get it. But why not stream there? It might catch one person, two people. One person is better than no persons. That's how I look at it. One person is better than no person. I look at it like we ain't many, but we plenty, and you just keep putting that message out. But once again, guys, thank you so much for calling in tonight. I think we had an excellent show. We had a lot of people called in. A lot of my friends called in, and some new folks called in too. I appreciate all the perspectives. It's great hearing from you guys. Hope everybody's going to have a fantastic weekend. Do not let this stuff destroy you, because it can eat a hole in you. And I'm not joking. This can really stress you out. If you get stressed out over this stuff, then you're no good to anyone. If you allow this stuff to take you down, to ruin your mood, to make you, lash out at friends, lash out at loved ones, like that's the worst. Don't do it. Don't let it allow you to do that. Do not. There are still beautiful things about your life and about this world. And if, for instance, all of the people who are speaking out, if you focus on that part, that restores your faith in humanity. So yeah, we keep focusing on the corporate sellouts and the people that are in it for the money or whatever, and the people that are, selling us out, and the people trying to give away your health care, and the people that give all the money to the military industrial complex. But we don't look at the people that are fighting. You ever look at the people that are out there fighting? I seen a man in a wheelchair with no legs fighting for your rights and fighting for my rights. If you focus on that part and you thought about that as at least half as much as you think about the people selling us up the river, maybe you feel a little bit better, because there are good people out there. If you focus on the bigots, if you focus on those bigots and you don't focus on the people that have open arms and warm hearts, then you always are going to be disgusted, and you're gonna turn on yourself, and you're gonna turn on people that could be friends, and you don't do it. Don't look. That helps no one. There are people, and I know there's people like Tim. I don't want to hear that. There you go with that kumbaya. I'm telling you the truth. Why is it kumbaya when I tell you the other side? Why is that kumbaya? Why aren't you being a down a doomsday preacher when all you do is look at the negative? Why don't you ever look at the upside too? I talk about the negative a lot, but if I stay in that place, I'll become a bitter, hateful, skeptical pessimist, just hard to be around. And I got people that love me. And those people they like to see dad smile sometime. They want to laugh with dad. They want dad. My son want me to hug him and love him. He don't want me to just, damn Hillary, border kids and just mad and pulling out. I don't got hair, but pulling, just pissed off all the time. That's not good, man. That's not good. So anyway, guys, I would like to encourage everybody here to become members of this show. I've built something here with the help of a lot of other great people who wanted to build it. We built a community. It's called Tim Black's Wolfpack. It's called Team Black. And these are great people. These are people that care about other people and care about truth more than they care about party. I would love to have you become a part of this. We got a lot of people, but we need more people. These people, this community that I'm inviting you to, is a community of inclusion, not exclusion. I also want to invite you to go to justinform.com. Become a member of a social media site that never tracks you, that doesn't sell your data, that was created by activists and journalists, because we need a place that's simple to use. Steemit you got too much going on with Steemit. It's too much. You got to Bitcoin and Ethereum, whatever the hell, and you got to use that. Nah. People create a profile and go on it. It's private. It's got the S at the end. It's private. All right. Shout out to the Truth Bomb activists out there. Got to give y'all some love, man. If you're watching Truth Bomb activists, people from the Bernie Sanders progressive page out there on Facebook, shout out to you guys. This movement and what we're trying to do, the movement for truth, look, it's never about one person. It's about all of us. It's about all of us. It's about an idea. We're about an idea that we can have a better world. And it's about fighting for that in a better state, in a better city, in better leaders. better policies. So that's what I believe. Look, guys, have a great weekend. Spend it with people that you love. If you got people that you're pissed off with or people that you fell out with, of contact with over issues that you can't even remember what the issue is about. Some of you are upset and holding on to grudges about things that you don't even remember what they were. Come on now, you know you are. You need to let that go. You need to let it go, man. Life too short for you to be holding on for something so long that means so little at this point. Get it together. Let it go. And I want you to have a great weekend. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Come on now. Stop letting people take your cornbread. And if you are sitting around stuck in a sunken place, angry over things that you cannot change to the point where you block your blessings, where you give away your cornbread, well, that's your fault. You need to make that change, make the decision that you're not going to allow that to happen to you, that you will not give in to bitterness and anger and bigotry and hate. And please stop eating one another. We got to stop, well, you know what I mean. We can support asylum-seeking immigrants and support poor black kids and support poor transgenders and support women who are being humiliated in the workplace and support white veterans, whatever color they are, and support young people trying to go to school. We can support everybody. We can support each other. It ain't, you gotta choose, man. The pie is big. Don't fall into the trap that the pie is this small, so somebody gotta go. Somebody got to die because the pie is small. No, you've been lied to. And damn it, I'm going to say it till they come get me. I'm going to keep saying it till they come get me and lock your brother Tim Black up. Because it's the truth, man. They are lying to you, telling you the pie is small. That's why they can't help you. They're like that friend of yours who never got no gas money. It's like the friend of yours who never drives. He got a new car sitting at home. You putting all the miles on your car, fool. You got a car sitting at home with no miles on it. That's your government, man. That's your government, woman. Do you get it? You sitting around thinking, well, I got to drive because this daggone, I got to do it because there just ain't enough gas to go around. I'd love to help you, little boy, little girl. I'd love to help you, but we just don't have enough. They keep telling us we don't have enough for us. We surely don't. They got enough for you and a billion other ones. Do you understand that they lie? Stop buying into the lie. Buy into some truth, folks. All right, I'm gone. That's enough. I feel a little better now, and I owe it to you. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. I'll see you Monday, and until we talk again, guys, just keep your head up. We're going to keep fighting every step of the way. Peace. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Yes, I am.
Goodbye.
True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. Peace, y'all.